second videos in my series on how I trade Euro USD, AUD USD, and XAU USD. So on this first video, I'll be covering how I trade AUDSD, and these are the pairs you will be needing. So firstly, you'll be needing AUDSD, and of course you'll be needing AUDSGD, and you'll be needing AUDJPY and USD card. Now if you notice, we have some pairs that are very similar here, which happens to be AUD. So we have three pairs of AUD, right? So we have AUD, AUD, and AUD. We also have USD here, and we have USD here. We have SGD, and we have JPY. Now in a couple of hours, or in a couple of minutes, I mean, you'll be understanding why I use these four pairs just to trade either AUDUSD or USD card. Now this is a very powerful approach. It's all about correlation trading, and what I'm doing is just finding imbalances in price. Okay, so this is my chart, and what I want to do, of course, is to pull out all those pairs mentioned, right? So we have those four pairs here, and we'll be using those pairs to determine our entries or our exit. Now I want us to start with just two. So I'm going to be starting with AUDUSD and AUDSGD. Now for these two, this is for when I want to buy. Let's say I'm looking for a buy signal on AUDUSD. I usually will use the AUDSGD as confirmation. Now because these videos are supposed to be very straight to the point, I'm just going to show you an example, and here is a clear example. Now you can see this low that was formed on Monday when the market opened. You can see how that level was broken, but if you look closely here, you will notice there was no break of that low on SGD, right? So this is how I determine my buy using just correlation. So this first video is all about correlation and how it works. So this is a correlation for buy, and anytime I'm trying to jump on a buy on AUD USD, I usually will check AUD SGD, right? Now here is another example of a buy. So you could see this low right here, and we have the same low at this point. Now this also works for when I'm looking for a sell, but it doesn't work as perfectly as it does when it's a buy. Okay, so like I said, I'll be using a lot of correlation, fundamentals, and of course exactly what price to jump in will be coming in later videos. For this particular video, I just want to keep it as short as possible, how to get a buy just using correlation on AUDUSD and AUDSGD. In future videos, I'll be breaking down what price to jump in and how to know if this setup is ready or not. So if this is something that sounds very interesting to you, again, hit the subscribe button and wait for all my videos, and I'll be breaking them down one after the other. So I'm just trying to look for another possible setup or possible buy that we probably had gotten using the same strategy. Okay, and this is everywhere. It's everywhere on the chart, guys, and for me to see clearly, I need to put back the period separator so I don't have to figure out exactly where I am. So let's go ahead and let's see what we have here. Okay, so you can see this buy. Now there's a reason why this, for every buy or sell you see in the market, there is a reason behind that buy or sell, and with my approach and methodology is to show you what pairs you can use to verify a buy or a sell. Now you see I had an entry on this particular trade right here for this sell, but again, like I said, for when I'm buying I use a different methodology, and when I'm selling I use a different methodology. I showed you how to get a buy using those two pairs, and this is for you to go back and then study and see how this plays out in real market scenario. This is no This has nothing to do with what I said. It has to do with exactly how this works. And if you pay attention clearly, you start to see the patterns form. Now, of course, it's not always that you spot a buy using AUD, USD, and AUDSGD. But if you do spot a buy using AUDSD and AUDSGD, it means that buy is going to be a very strong buy. This is something I want to emphasize also. Now, this is how I'm able to know if this buy is going to take out a high that is probably very far away, or how I know if this particular trade is not going to go that far. Okay, so basically this is it for getting the buy, just using those two pairs, and I'm just looking for another entry, but I guess my chart isn't loading. But again, in future videos we'll be covering how to determine all this using this strategy. So this is just an introduction on how to get a buy using AUD, USD, and AUDSGD. Yeah, and don't forget, we're not just using AUDUSD and AUDSGD, we're using AUDUSD, AUDSGD, AUDJPY, and USD CAD. But since this is baby steps, I'm just trying to introduce you to the steps. So one by one, we'll start to cover how AUDJPY interacts with AUDSD and so on and so forth. So if you like this video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe and also share with your friends. In the next video, I'll be covering how I get a sell using AUDUSD, AUDSGD, and USD CAD, and also AUDJPY. So I'll be covering every one step by step until we're done with AUD series. So see you all